EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And his first look is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Stafford. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second down, Prescott. Power running by Zeke over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Good work that time to get him to jump. And now here's 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ziggy Ansah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treat it as such.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. just get the play off. Now Prescott. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 23. A quick feed from Tate. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up the 1st down and change our momentum?
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's go. Here we go.
Here's one. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey,
Here we go.
these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Stafford. And Tate's got it. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Hurry!
Now a carry for Blount. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Again, here's Blount. And a solid run down inside the 30. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jarrad Davis coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return, it's Tate. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, here we go, here we go.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And he's got room and avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for a Lions first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. On the ground, it's Riddick. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hurry!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Hey, 22! Hurry!
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. David Irving. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. They'll run it here with Blount. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Awesome. Check four. Let's go one more.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having earned much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Awesome. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Shit.
Prescott to throw it. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A first down throw for Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Prescott looks to throw on first. Wide open receiver, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. 23 yards on the play. To the air again, Prescott. And this is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer.
We're going to 54 wide.
And again, it's Prescott. And that is caught Touchdown, Cowboys. Allen Hurns as the first half is winding down, and the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hurry!
On first down, Stafford here. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So we have reached halftime with a visiting line. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Awesome. What do you think?
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Take four. Get out. Let's get off the field, D. What do you think?
They'll turn to the power game and Olawale. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. To throw is Stafford. He completes it to Tate. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, now he bowls it. LeGarrette Blount. He's at the 50. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards on the ground. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Riddick. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Stafford going underneath to Blount. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And just like that, it's third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The Lions on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
It got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here's the battering ram Blount. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Roberts with it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a handoff looking right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to have a third down.
Here we go. Come on.
Stafford. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Hey. You got three. 26.
Now Marshall. And he's got some space here. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter play.
That's awesome.
They'll run it with Olawale. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They'll run with Marshall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Hey, go down. 26.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Awesome. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
Certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go larga. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Tag 32! Tag 32!
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Lions on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Stafford looks to throw again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They start on the ground here with Blount. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Big 20, big 20. Here we go.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. A road win in the National Football